Street Fame TV.
Welcome everybody. This is Chris Love with Street Fame TV. Today I got a special guest in the building. Got Muggs AMILLION in the building.
What's happening, man? Yes, sir. What's happening?
I like to refer to Muggs as one of like the hidden legends of our community. I want to start off by asking you, man, can you tell the people about your origins, how it started, where it came from for you to get into this music industry?
Yeah. So I'm a Nashville native, and so probably back in the late 80s, early 90s, my mom's ex-husband actually, man, was part of a cover band.
Okay.
And they would like do, you know, the Michael Jacksons and the MC Hammers. That's when we kind of really came into the picture with their situation.
Okay.
So when they was doing MC Hammer, Can't Touch This, you know how Hammer was known for having all the dancers and everything.
Yeah.
They kind of brought us on board to be the background dancers. Me, my little brother, and two young ladies from the neighborhood.
How old were you then?
Probably about, I'm gonna say 7, 8 years old. Yeah, man, early bird.
Early bird with the dancing.
Early bird, background dancing, and then from there it became more about me, my brother, and two of my cousins. We formed a little group called CUZ, and we was like performing at the family reunions and birthday parties for our female cousins and stuff like that, just trying to entertain the girls and entertain the family members and stuff like that.
Catch the vibe. So
man, you better know it.
When did you pick up the pen and say, I want to start becoming a writer? I want to start
I would say I maybe was about 11 or 12, maybe when I started like actually writing my own lyrics. So the story behind that, man, is actually a little funny too, because we was big on rapping like the Bell Bill DeVoe stuff.
Right.
Because they was like the first singers that was rapping. Now, you know what I mean, kind of real heavy when we was growing up. I mean, you know, outside of New Edition doing it at first, but we was real big on Bell Bill DeVoe. And we would always rap on top of their stuff. And one of my cousins was like, yo, you know, on the back side of that tape, it's the instrumental. And y'all ain't got to rap on top of them. Y'all can say y'all own words.
So that's how it kicked off.
And then from there, we just started like rearranging what they were saying to make it fit to what we wanted it to say. And then you look up, we was writing full songs, and man, it was just, you know, it just took off from there.
So your first time question on stage,
okay,
with a mic in your hand, is that when did you do that, and when did you realize, hey, this is what I really want to do?
I mean, outside of like the family reunion stuff and like doing it like for real, with original music and everything, was probably like 1999 when I was in high school, 99. Man. It's like my junior year, I think, or sophomore year in high school at Hunters Lane. We did a Big Boy talent show.
Right.
I mean, if I could show you the footage, man, you would see it, man. I mean, we rocked the whole auditorium, and it was like without a doubt, we knew. Like, yeah, this what I wanted to do right here.
So, Mug, from first of all, from 99 until when did you say, you know what, I want to take this to the next level? I'm already creating, I'm already writing, but I want to be a professional in this. Because we talked about this earlier. A lot of MCs, a lot of artists, they do the entertainment part of it, but they don't take care of the business aspect of it.
So from 99 till about, I'll say, I mean, because we always kind of took it serious. I mean, we was even introduced with our first management contract probably about early 2001, and we turned it down. You know, rest in peace to my best friend, Sammy Kennard, man. But Lil Whammy, he was always big on going to the library and like reading up on stuff.
Okay.
And so through his knowledge that he was bringing back to the table to us, we knew some of the terminology that was in some of these contracts. So we was presenting a contract for management, and it had the word power of attorney in it. And we knew then, it was like, nah, we ain't rocking with that. So we was a little bit up on the business early on, but I really got all the way up on it when I went to school for it. I went to Nashville State, probably around, I started school in like 2008 and finished around 2010. And that's when I really like learned officially.
You went for the music?
Yeah, went straight for that, man. You know, because again, you talk about 99 to 2009, just me kind of doing what I thought was the right thing to be doing.
Right.
You know, we had a business permit and, you know, was set up as a record label, but we wasn't really taking care of the business.
Right.
We was signed up with BMI, but we didn't really know what to even do with it.
The functional aspect.
Yeah,
of the
we was registering songs with it and just throwing stuff in our catalog, but we never really knew how BMI was supposed to pay us, what we were supposed to be doing to guarantee that we get paid.
Right.
You know,
so let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
The art of getting paid.
Yes, sir.
In the music industry, because you got a lot of experience with this.
That's what it's all about.
How would a local artist in this city or any other city go about setting that up for him or herself? Based on what you know. Yeah,
so first, the most important, again, like I was saying about with BMI, ASCAP. Right. So these are like, for me, I would say like your first steps. That's what's considered your performing rights organization. So as an independent artist, by getting affiliated with the proper performing rights organization and properly registering your music with that organization, you can actually get paid for like the live shows that people do in their hometowns at some of these local restaurants or nightclubs and things of that nature. When your song is getting played on any kind of radio aspect or television, you know, that's one of the biggest and most slept on points of it, I believe, that people don't really take care of as much as they should.
So getting with a performing rights organization, first of all.
That's off the top. You know, and there's two layers to that. You know, you get affiliated with a PRO as a songwriter, but then you also want to take that extra step and get affiliated with them and establish yourself a publishing company.
Okay. So what's the difference between just being a songwriter versus a publisher?
So it's two sides of money that get paid out on performance royalties. When a song is played on the radio or on television, they pay the songwriter or and the music publisher. So with me being affiliated under both, right? So I would get a check in the mail for Lee Evans, the songwriter, and I also get a check in the mail for Money United with Game Music, the publishing company. Okay. So you imagine getting paid only as a songwriter and not knowing it was another check that would have came your way had you would have had your publishing company set up.
Right. And I see you right now. We were talking about your book earlier.
Yeah.
We talked about how all the experiences in your life with the industry, and how a light switch turned on in you, like, how do I get paid from this? We're performing, we're writing songs.
Yes, sir.
How do we make money off of this?
Yes, sir.
What made you get into the mode of writing a book about it and bringing it back to the community?
So when I finished school in 2010, I went on a nice little run. I moved to Atlanta. And when I moved to Atlanta, I kind of learned hands-on a lot of what I was being taught in school. I was able to experience it.
Okay.
Because, you know, I always try to tell people, if you think about it, right, when you go to like a regular job interview, and I'm going to get back to your actual question, but I like to break down stuff in scenarios for people to understand it.
Go ahead, bro.
When you go and fill out a job application, right, most of the time they're going to say, you know, you need to have a bachelor's degree and 2-3 years experience. So education alone is still not enough.
Right.
So I moved to Atlanta to get the experience side of it. You know, I got an internship down there. I got connected with different producers and other writers and started actually learning the business. And so what I wanted to do when moving back to my hometown, even before moving back, actually I created the MICC, Music Industry Crash Course. I created the Music Industry Crash Course as my own curriculum to kind of take what would probably take you a semester of school. I can teach it in like 15
when you created the course,
yes, sir.
When did you know that there was a need to get it to the people? Because these are your experiences.
Yeah.
When did you say, okay, if I get this to somebody else, it can help them do that? Yeah. Were you able to do that, and have you seen that?
Yes. So I actually have a few proteges, couple of which have went on. You know, they were like interns at a studio that I was doing the mic class out of.
Okay.
And they've went on to become, you know, platinum engineers, you know, Billboard songwriters themselves, or they have publishing companies established and they're signing songwriters to them. The thing about it is I took it from experience. I knew how much me not knowing this information held me back. And so I wanted to be a person that advocates for the artist. I'm an artist at heart. And so I want to make sure that moving forward, artists don't have to continue to be putting their talent on the line, putting all this hard work in, and not actually benefiting from it.
When did you recognize, or did you recognize, because you were in the city, you were in Music City,
yes,
you were in
sir.
Nashville.
Yeah.
What made you say, I need to go outside of this element to learn something else, to go further?
Well, I mean, we all know that Nashville is kind of it was a ceiling, you know, especially in the time of me doing it. You know, you look back on 2008, 2009 when I was making my big run.
Right.
You know, it was just a cap there, man. I would go to the BMIs and all of that, but they was always telling me, we like your stuff, but it's nothing we can do for you here. And so it forced me to have to go to Atlanta to seek other opportunities to try to take my career to the next level.
The good thing is that you came back. You went to Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
You got that experience. You documented everything. You put it in your book, and you
Yes,
brought
sir.
it back, and now you're giving it to everybody.
Yes, sir.
How can we get the course? Where can they go? How can they interact with you moving forward?
So, of course, you know, you can find me on the social media platforms. I'm on Instagram at MUGS_AMILLION. MUGS_AMILLION, just like it sound. But mainly our website, moneyunitedwithgame.com. And it's MONEYUNITEDWITHGAME.com.
You heard it.
Yeah,
Money
man.
United with
And
Game.
the book is available, man. So indie music, major business, man. Y'all check out the book. It's a guide to your first royalty check. Got some real jewels in there.
Shouts out to Muggs $1,000,000, one of the positive artists, entrepreneurs in the city who brings it back and gives back to the community.
Got to.
Shouts out to Street Fame TV. This
Definitely,
is Chris
man.
Love. Thank you for coming out.
I appreciate y'all, man. Much love to Street Fame TV. And yeah, thank y'all.
Entertaining, informative, inspiring. Street Fame TV. Contact us at streetfamemedianashville@gmail.com.